So Cory finally responded. Now, there's a lot of moving parts with this thing. So we're going to break some down today. We're also going to talk about a little bit about how the levels of threats are. Because you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. We're going to really talk about this today. Right? And again, I'm just reacting. I don't have any beef with anybody. And I want to continue to tell y'all that because there's a lot of immature people that believes just because I'm doing several videos on this situation that I'm actually hating on someone or I'm disliking someone. That's your own immaturity. I'm here to give you some game. We can learn from these men's problems, and we need to embrace that. But let's get busy. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you all there's levels to this thing right here. Let's talk about it. Let's go level 1. Look all the way at the bottom. And the reason why I want to show you guys this, because this is really how it kind of goes. Right? First, level 1, right? It's normal. Everything is normal. No personal shots, nothing like that. There's no threat, right? That's level 1. That's where most of us are at right there. Level 1, right? But level 2 is low awareness. And yes, I did create this. Low awareness, right? That's when sometimes when somebody think they're a little funny, they get a little jokey, right? Tone shifts, right? Your tone shifts just a little bit, man. You know, you hear a little bit of something in there, like, hold on, did he say it that way? That's low awareness. Number three, right? I want you guys to see this. Repeated commentary, right? Passive jabs, right? And I want you guys to understand what repeated commentary is. That means you're saying something that I don't like. So number 3 is emerging as a risk. Emerging as a risk. Now I need y'all to really, really understand that. I need you to understand that, right? And normally at number 3, you know, this is where smart men learn how to de-escalate it. They know they're like, okay. They know this cat is doing a little much. I'm probably gonna have to say something to him. Let me reposition myself and let me talk to this guy real quick, right? It's emerging as a risk. Some people think it's okay to be funny and do certain things. Number 4, let's go to this moderate threat. Direct verbal shots. Right? They mention you. They say things, right? Your ego's there, his ego's there. Oh yeah, it's here, right? It's here. We feel it. We feel it a little bit. High threat. Public disrespect. Private disrespect is something internally you can brush off and handle. Public disrespect, you have a brand to uphold, which is your last name. You got to uphold that. Lines are clearly crossed. Lines are clearly crossed, right? And this is how Anton and Cory was. It was just building up, right? We're going to get to these videos, guys. Bear with me here. This is very important because I'm telling the story here. Severe threat, right? Escalation talk. What's up? Shut the fuck up. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Emotional investment is very high. And you know that it's very high because at this point we're almost at war. At this point. We're almost at war at this point. Right? And then we go to critical danger. Real world consequences possible if unchecked. Now, there's definitely levels to this thing, right? There are levels to this thing. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because I need for you to understand that there are certain things that happen publicly that took the gloves off for certain individuals, right? So let's go to Cory's response. Let's go to this a little bit.
The man came at me with sex play, and I tried to warn him. I tried to tell him, you can't play with me like that. So I'm realizing the camera's on me. It's a lot on the line. It's a lot on the line. But he's trying to act like he a man. I bet my life and safety he wasn't a man when I asked D to move and basically sat in his lap. Because if you walk up on a man like that, you could get your eye poked out.
Yep.
You can get sucker punched. You can get all kinds of things done. Look, I would never walk up on a man like I walked up on dude. I knew he was bumping his gums. I knew nothing was going to happen how I walked up on him. But except for like when you arguing with a female. Because that's all he did. The man came at me.
So, again, this is where I totally agree. And this is why I said to y'all in some of my past videos, I said to you, if you're a man, you're not going to let nobody get that close to you. If you about that life, you ain't going to tell somebody come out back and, oh, let's go outside, let's run it. That's called trying to create space, trying to make him think about what's going to happen, because that's not something you was interested in, right? There's nothing wrong with it. I continue to tell y'all there's nothing wrong with not wanting to fight. I keep telling y'all that. It's not a knock on you. It doesn't, but you just don't want to fight. But here you go.
Because I kept telling him, I don't do that dick sucking shit. He kept yapping. So I'm like, all right, say I suck dick again. He folded. That was my out. That was my out. I was like, this is all smoke and mirrors after this. Because I don't know why people who understand life couldn't see. The man was too scared to take his glasses off. He was froze. I heard the man said I was shaking. Okay, if I was shaking, I bet you didn't say that sex play to me again. So I ain't no tough guy. I ain't got time for that. I had a production in Vegas this week where I was on stage joking and singing. I'm the entertainer. But he really played himself.
And I agree. I agree a lot with Cory in how he handled the situation. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not too much different. That doesn't make me right though. But what I'm trying to tell you men is that when you have principles, you got to live and die by those principles, right? And I definitely think you guys need to understand. There are times in your life where you're going to have to make a decision whether you're going to allow someone to continue to disrespect you or you're going to be disrespected, right? I'm going to play something that I want to explain because it's all over the internet that he said yesterday. He did. We're going to play this small clip and then we're going to talk about it because it is, I need to explain it. So let's get busy.
Ugly ass boy, you brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
That nigga got a picture.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all. He's gonna show a picture of his daughter, of Anton's daughter. Now I blurred it out. I absolutely blurred it out. Because one thing I don't believe in is I don't believe in getting the kids involved. But I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I don't believe in getting the kids involved, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to tell you why. But I want you to watch this.
Motherfucker brag on not having no children out of wedlock. What happened, D? It crashed. That's the broad. Y'all can get the broad off. That's his daughter. This man said he ain't got no children out of wedlock. Nigga.
That's Cool Mo daughter.
That's who?
Not Cool Mo D, Cool Mo daughter.
That's the air up there, nigga.
Yeah, I had to blur it out.
Look,
I'm
nigga,
not doing
let me tell you something. Don't make no more kids, nigga. That bitch gonna be buying pussy like you after a while. If you don't know, nigga, don't ever brag on no motherfucking what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you, nigga. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Your prime years, you was a scammer, nigga. You was doing scams. Now that you older and found a way to manipulate, get dude off the screen. Get dude off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that, nigga? This motherfucker cat. I'm the captain now. Look at it. Hey, look. Let me tell you something. Don't make no more daughters, dog. You got to make it where your shit come out with a boy so he can make excuses for him. But you ain't got no kids out of wedlock because ain't no bitches fucking with you. He was on the internet bragging, I always got a bad bitch with me. No, you pay a bitch to be with you, nigga. You ain't no nigga who got bitches. You buy bitches like the little bitch you had with you, goddammit, who motherfucking made that story sound like she wanted to sound. I got to town Tuesday. Did you get to town Tuesday? Or was you in Vegas with him? I don't know. Did you get to town Tuesday, really? So you let that man lie to you, bring you up here, talking about you on the show, and you ain't mad at that nigga?
All right, so he's talking about this woman, but we're going to get to that, right? Let me talk about this kid situation. So I'm going to give you a story, right? First of all, when somebody says you're not built for this, this is what it means. It means that you're not ready to deal with certain people that is ready to risk it all and go all the way in trying to destroy you. If you are built for this, then you're willing to do the same as that individual. See, I'm what they call a edgy square. Meaning, I'm with it. I'm with it to squabble. I'm with it to get at you. I don't believe in bringing on kids. I'm going to give you a story. I got a homeboy. I had a homeboy back in the day. His name was Marquise. Now, he was with it. He was built for it. Now, me and Marquise out, it's one of my homeboys, dog. It's my dog, right? We out. He's into life. Heavy with it, you know. He's seen somebody that he had issues with. We was at the mall. That dude was with his woman, his kid, and then he was with his homeboy. So we went up over there and we got out. But the homeboy didn't want to do nothing. His homeboy didn't want to do nothing. So, you know, I kind of let it be. I was just kind of make sure he didn't jump in. So my homeboy jumped on him, banged on him. And then he was so mad that his woman was standing there with the child that, well, he was young. I don't know, the baby may have been, you know, the kid would have been like 4 or 5 or something, but he was in a stroller. He went and kicked the stroller over and got in her face and was about to do something to her, but I had to grab him. I asked him later. I said, bro, Why did you need to do that? He said he'll forget about this ass whooping, but she will never forget about how he allowed me to do something to that kid or her. You will never live that down. And then he said also, you will never forget how hard I came at you. You got to remember the mindset is different. I'm an edgy square. Most of us watching these videos are edgy squares. Cory, Anton is a square. He's not even an edgy square. He's a square. It's okay. Cory is a comedian coming from the streets of Chicago. He does not care. And he does not care about the outcome of it. He really doesn't. And so what I'm trying to say is that you caused the situation. Anton, you cannot be mad at the results of what you caused. You didn't have to get online and get public with it. I promise you this. If you'd have left 5150, you'd have went back and said, you know what, it just didn't work out. I'm going to move on, more power to Cory, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. It'd have been over. But when you came back and you called him gay, you said he was broke, you said he was scared, you said he was on dog walking, he warned you. He warned you. You can't be mad that he warned you. He not only warned you, he showed you he's not to be played with. See, when somebody bring kids in, wives in, when they do all that, I'm telling you, when they do all that, I think you may have bit off more than you can chew. And I say it that way because as men, we have to know what we're dealing with. See, and this is why you never supposed to publicize. When you get into the spot, keep your relationship silent. Nobody should know who they are, where they access. Nobody should know, man. Nobody. That is your protection to them. Because once you do, they're vulnerable. They're at risk. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk about the woman. There was a woman there. And I really want you all to understand when Cory was talking big stuff. When I tell you he was talking big stuff, he was talking big stuff to Anton before he left, right? And before he left,
ugly ass boy, you brag.
Before he left, he said some things. But I want you to check this small part out real quick, and then we're going to play the entire thing.
When I get to the door, as I'm going out, I hear Cory Holcomb say,
"Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch."
So it was very unfortunate.
What I'm saying to you is he does not care. But look, let's play this situation. And look, I want you guys to, we're going to play her a little bit here. And shout out to her. I'm going to tag her in this video. But I want you to check this out.
I hear, explain the bitch.
Hold on real quick. Let's go back.
PM Pacific time. I met Cory Holcomb. I was introduced to him. He shook my hand. Then about, I want to say 5 minutes before the actual show started, I was told I can't go on the show. I said, okay, cool. Then I was told that I could sit on the set, but I have to sit off camera. I said, okay, cool. And that's where I sat for the entire duration of the show. Now, the show starts, and as you know, what happened, because it went viral. All right, so if you guys want to see all of that, you can go watch it. It's everywhere. All right. But with all that being said, as that's going on, when it becomes abundantly clear that it's time to go, myself and security go ahead and start to leave. When I get to the door, as I'm going out, I hear Cory Holcomb say, yeah, leave with your security and your bitch. And I'm not going to lie, I was shocked. Because it's very unfortunate that I would be called the B word. Because I had such a positive outlook and a positive take on 5150 and Cory Holcomb.
She's a casualty. She's what you call a casualty. If the guys you with did something and you on that team and you leaving with that team, it's a casualty. I'm about to get you. It's exactly what Cory did. I'm about to get you. Now, I thought this would make Anton come back and say, what's up, bro? What's happening? Let's get this right now. Because when you call me a B, but then you call the person I'm with a B, you got to see me again. See? Excuse me. That you got to see me again. It should have went down. Check it out.
Last year here in DC, I literally went to a Cory Holcomb show. So when I found out I was going on 5150, I was like, oh, this is exciting because I just went to see a show. And now I'm having this experience. So it was very unfortunate. Not only that, I hear explain the bitch and this bitch on my show. I don't know who she is. Alluding to the fact that I'm just here and it's somebody's side chick. And I'm nobody's side chick. So it was very unfortunate and very hurtful. That I can tell you. That was my feeling from the experience. But with all that being said, I can say this. I still don't have anything negative to put out about Cory Holcomb or the 5150 show.
That's respect. That's respect, as I would. But that's respect. She's taking the high road. It's pretty good.
I went for a positive experience. I had a positive outlook on what could have been, but it didn't happen. And again, it's unfortunate that all that transpired afterwards. And I was caught in the crossfire between two grown people that were arguing back and forth with each other. So my outlook is this. I don't have any negative views on Cory. And like I said, it's unfortunate. But I forgive Cory. I truly do. But that was my experience. And I wish nothing but the best for Cory and the 5150 show. I just wanted to come on and really say my piece because I really hadn't said anything. Because everybody else was talking. So I wanted you guys to hear it from me. So that was my experience. That's all that really happened because it was a small time frame. So any other narrative is not what it was.
So I don't think I don't know. But I mean, she seems solid. She's easy on the eyes. She may be covering it up, That may be his little work. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it may not be. They may be a solid friend. Maybe, right? Who am I? But watch this.
This is exactly what happened. And so that's all I really have to say about it. Because that's all that happened. So you guys are going to get down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. But that's my thoughts and feelings on that moment in time, that situation, that incident. So there you go. Now, can we get on with the show?
So this is I'm not done yet either. We got some work to do. I want to play something. And I want y'all to tell me what, because I think sometimes men, especially squares, that's not in the lane of getting women, right? They may brag to other men like we care. So I think Anton may have told this Cory Holcomb that's his little work. He may have told Cory, hey, this is my little work, man. It'd be cool, man. Can I get on the show? She was thinking the whole time she was going to be on the show. I didn't show you in the video, but in the video she was saying how she flew out. She was told she was going to be on the show, and then 5 minutes before, it didn't happen. I think Anton told Cory, this is my little work. I'll be knocking this down. Let me show you why. Check this out.
Hey, anybody that's friends with Cory, anybody that hang around that, hey man, don't do nothing, don't say nothing.
Watch the energy. Check the energy out. Real hyper energy, right?
Nothing out of pocket is a snitch.
He is a snitch. Cory Holcomb is a snitch. What is he snitching about?
Is a ho. He a ho.
He's a ho. I'm cooking. I was made to do reactions, dog. I'm telling you. I want you to watch this. I'm going to play this again, and you ain't seen nothing. I want you to see the whole thing. But reason why I played that after what she said, I want you to watch what he said.
Hey, anybody that's friends with Cory, anybody that hang around that, hey man, don't do nothing, don't say nothing out of pocket is a snitch. Is a ho. He a ho, he a snitch, and every facet of the word is a snitch, he a ho, and that will backdoor you.
Seen him do it.
You don't mention what nobody else got going on with their family.
Now, this is right after the show. Not yesterday's show. This is right after the show, after they show they had. Why would he call him a snitch? What would he be snitching about?
Under no circumstances do you, if I beef with anybody, if I have a disagreement with somebody, I never, ever, under no circumstances, say some shit about that.
He's talking about that woman. Why would he bring that woman up like this? A snitch?
I could see it with my own eyes, man. I don't know what the they got going on over there. That ain't my business. It ain't my business. I don't know nothing about what you got going on in your life.
So, y'all tell me that he's not admitting right now? He's not admitting right now that he's not admitting right now that it's probably his little word. And Cory told on him, broke the code. Now, I ain't mad at Anton, man. Whatever it is, man. However you want to live your life, man. If that's your little work, that's your little work. But she's playing the part. If that's the case, what we just saw. I see the energy. I'm going to play it again.
Hey, anybody that's friends with Cory, anybody that hang around that, hey man, don't do nothing. Don't say nothing out of pocket. Is a snitch. Is a hoe. He a hoe. He a snitch in every facet of the word. Is a snitch. He a hoe, and that will backdoor you.
I've seen him do it.
You don't mention what nobody else got going on with their family. Under no circumstances do you, if I beef with anybody, if I have a disagreement with somebody, I never, ever, under no circumstances, say some shit about that. Don't even, I could see it with my own eyes, man. I don't know what the they got going on over there. That ain't my business. It ain't my business. I don't know.
Why would he say that? Can somebody tell me why he would say it like that? I'll tell you why. He felt guilty. And he was upset that that boy told on him. Probably wasn't supposed to be there with that woman. Probably told his woman he was going with this to security. Himself, Dolo. And all of a sudden, you got that, yeah, you got her, you brought her with you. Now I'm going to play Anton's response to yesterday's show. Now, this is serious stuff. Now, I want y'all to check this out, and we're going to ride through this a little bit. We're going to ride, and we're going to break this down. Check this out.
So, of course, I'm familiar. And of course, people were sending it to me yesterday and all of that, right? They were sending me everything that was being said about my daughter and my wife and all of that stuff, right? And so the thing that I try to tell people on a regular basis is this. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now.
Never let your emotions make illogical decisions. Really? Don't be emotional, right?
Hey, anybody that's friends with Cory, anybody that hang around that, hey man, don't do nothing. Don't say nothing out of pocket.
See the energy?
Is a snitch.
You see the energy? Y'all see the energy? Oh, we're going to get to this Anton thing. But what I'm saying to y'all is that I need for y'all to understand that we really out here cooking today. He said, don't be emotional. Let's not make emotional decisions. That's what he said, right? Now, I'm going to play something for you all. And I want you to be your own judge. Check this out.
Funniest shit.
Oh, wow.
Now, this is Anton's wife, right? And shout out to her. You know, I know she's in.
Funniest shit.
Oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable of it. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person when he's angry. He blacks out.
What?
Funniest shit.
Oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities. And so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't.
So, of course, I'm familiar. And of course, people were sending it to me yesterday and all of that, right? They were sending me everything about everything that was being said about my daughter and my wife and all of that stuff, right? And so the thing that I try to tell people on a regular basis is this: never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now. We are evolving. We are no longer subjecting ourselves.
Why is it you had all that energy when he was coming for you, when he was talking to you, when he was directing all of his resources to you? You had all the energy. Call them snitches. You was calling him gay. You said you a dog walk. You beat him down. You said he was shaking. You said he was broke. Did you have more money than him? You was talking a lot. But when he decides that, hey, nothing's off limits, then your tone changes. It's just the moods that she was talking about, different personalities. Is this really Anton, or was it Anton that we seen at the Cory Holcomb show? Or is it the Anton that we seen on some of your morning shows? Which one is you? Because look at this.
To the same rules as the streets, as the culture, as the thing that we criticize the most. So I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to make it a long thing. I'm going to be very, very clear. And we're going to move on. I'm not going to address it again. All right. So here's the thing. Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only going to have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right? And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children. Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA team, at different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country.
Shout out to his daughter, man. She sounds like a good young lady. Sounds like she has a bright future, ahead of her. And I know she got entangled with some grown folks' problems that she probably shouldn't have been involved in. But shout out to her. And, I really hope that it doesn't affect her as much, and she can move on from this situation. But check it out.
And it's probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us. Those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world, from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel, regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible, until they have to see what the world does.
So protection is in a lot of different ways. You can cover your family, right? Meaning, protect them financially, spiritually, emotionally, be there for, but also like to protect your family is to leave them away from what you do and not have a public display or public beef that's probably going to involve that person because that person may not care. See, you thought because you reached low that he wouldn't reach lower. See, that's the art of war. Always expect the unexpected. Always expect the unexpected. Check it out.
Right? So this is what I'm going to say. My focus right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter.
And this is why I'm going to sue him. Because I mean, he uses a lot of, you can tell he talked to a great attorney. He's using a lot of key words. But I talked to the attorney. And I actually asked him about something like this. This is what he told me. What happens is, if they mention your name, you have a case. If he said something about her daughter, the daughter's name, you have a case. If he's using a public picture that you posted on a public forum and you have a public platform and it's not copyrighted, the internet can use that picture. Now, morally, you may not like it. It may upset you. Cory didn't break the law. It was grimy, but he didn't break the law. But check out what Anton's saying, because he's saying a lot of things sound like he just talked to her attorney before the show.
I pulling her.
And this, my bad. And this is why I believe if Cory would have banged on him, he would have sued Cory. I think he would have sued Cory, and I think Cory's right, because I think he already knew that this guy probably was going to sue him.
Out of school, early therapy, making sure that she is protected, trying to see what the fallout will be.
Keyword.
As far as her having to be removed.
Keyword.
From some of her competitions.
Keyword.
Because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and
Keyword.
Psychological damage.
Keyword.
There's a lot of fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been seeking her out, scholarships, looking for her to join the team. He's building it up. On track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics.
I just want to know where that energy was. Where's that energy? Can somebody tell me where is this energy?
Hey, anybody that's friends with Cory, anybody that hang around that, hey man, don't do nothing, don't say nothing out of
Where's that Cory at?
Snitch.
I mean, where's that Anton?
He a hoe, he a snitch in every facet of the word.
Where is that energy? See, when you out here talking about your child, you out here talking about what he did to your child. You out here talking about what he did to your child. Where's that energy? Where's that energy? Take it outside. Where's that energy? Because I'm going to tell you right now. Cory said he did that to bring the courage out of you. See, mobsters, this is a mobster technique. A mobster knows that you are near and dear to your family. So if you cross me, I'm going to get you and your family. That's why the ties are so strong. That's how mobsters move. So if you are enemy to me, I will get you and your family. So if I'm Anton, I'm coming to get you. I know where your studio is. I know exactly when you film. I got you. I got you. Pay somebody a little something, follow you home or something. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Because I wouldn't be able to look my family in the face again knowing that I allowed this to happen. Now, I ain't trying to take you off. I ain't trying to unalive you or nothing. But you gonna know that I was there. I just need the energy. I need that energy. Y'all let me know in these comments.
How damaging this is to her psyche. I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of damage. We don't know what butterfly effect things that we do to our children.
Keywords. He's using them all.
And the one thing that most fathers, black fathers, try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. As fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children. No, no matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want anything to happen to our children under no circumstance. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact. And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact is to our children.
Man, he's playing it good. You can tell he talked to an attorney. He just set up his excuse also. Because once we find out that he's sued, he's gonna look more like a punk than ever before. Because why would you sue? You talked about him, he talked about you, and I know it was about your family, but he talked about. He got you. Just admit it. He's a comedian.
We don't know the psychological damage, the emotional damage, the wreck that happens in their lives when other people go after children. I thought that children was off limits.
Children has never been off limits. This is how I know you ain't been in the trenches. Children has never been off limits, ever. You're going to run into somebody that's going to go lower than you, and they will get a hold of your kids.
But I guess not. I guess not. So my number one concern, and I'm going to say this, and again, this is for all of the civil, awesome Black people out there and people in the United States of America that want to ensure that their children are protected. My number one goal is to always try to figure out how I can protect my underage child.
See that? He's making sure we know that she's underage and protect her, do any means, because he's going to sue. He's going to sue him, but he doesn't really have a case.
My underage child. That's all I care about. I could have never imagined in 1,000 years the psychological damage and the impact, the cries that I had to hear,
Keyword.
My immediate concern was, oh my God, who do I call? But I couldn't call anybody because everything was closed at the time. So immediately pulling her out of school.
Keyword.
Immediately making sure that I go and assess the damage.
There it is.
Trying to figure out if we're able to get her into the same competitions. Coming up. She literally just texted me probably less than 48 hours ago. All of the different competitions that she had lined up for this year. We were supposed to go to Great Britain. We were supposed to go to a lot of places. I don't know if we can still do that. I don't know if that's possible. Because I don't know if she has the, their brain isn't even fully developed. Literally. So crazy. She had just sent me her pictures, her senior pictures, and she had also sent her schedule. Literally, this was yesterday at 10:22 p.m. At 10:22 p.m. Let me show you. See that? See the schedule? The tentative, see how it says tentative schedule? Leslie Daniels right here. She was sending me her tentative schedule for the calendar year. I don't know if she'll be able to do that. I've invested millions and millions of dollars millions of dollars into the well-being of my child. She's broken. She's broken.
There's more to this. We're gonna break it down another day, but I will say this in the closing. There's no rules to war. There's no empathy when there's no empathy. You go low, I go lower. It's unfortunate. We can do better as men, but some men run their programs different. Some men do things different based upon what goes on. We talked about the levels. There's levels to everybody, and everybody's is different. So when we are conducting ourselves, we got to know that there's consequences to everything that goes on. There's consequences to everything that goes on. My name is Mr. 1950, the last traditional man on the planet. And again, I just want to say this. I do. I want to say thank you all supporting the channel, clicking the like button. Hey, nothing but respect, and all respect to those who rock with your boy. And you know what? I'm gonna this is what I'm gonna say in closing. I really hope that that they fix this, right? Because it doesn't help the culture. But what I will say is we can learn from the culture. That's exactly what we did. My name is Mr. 1950, the last instrument on the planet, and we're out. Peace. Silverback!